think I know what I'm doing. What's up, Fisher Maniacs? Welcome back to another one. My boy Alex with me tonight.
What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Always, brother. Rocking. No Knicks tonight, so I'm on time. The last two lives fell on a Knicks game, and I told everybody, I was like, "Yeah, I'm watching my boys."
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I was like, "I'm watching my boys."
It's been a while for the Knicks, right?
Yeah, 2020. It's been too. It's crazy because the guys I'm sitting next to in the office today, they were literally like, he was like, "Wait, when was it?" And I was like, "May of 2000." And he goes, "Oh." I go, "Bro, we don't even say it." And he was like, "I wasn't born yet."
Damn.
I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I was born in November of 2000." I was like,
Made you feel a little bit old.
He's 25. He's not
Damn.
even young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh. I was like, that hurt. But, yeah.
I think I was still young. I was 96. So I would have been, what, 4, 5?
Yeah, 4 or 5, depending on when. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they said, gas was $1.36 a gallon. The number one song was Maria Maria by Santana.
Yeah.
I was like, geez, that's crazy. And then he didn't even know what song it was. I started singing it in the office, and he was like, I'm like, dude, what? You don't even know what song that is? It's crazy, but yeah. It's been a while. But, so here we go. We got a chance.
Yeah.
We'll see
Who
what
knows?
happens. Let me get the quick, what is that, Scott with the early bird special. Quick roll call. My boy Dave's in the house. Frank's on vacation this week, so I'll watch a live stream as it happens for the first time in a while. Good job, Frank. Good to see you, man. We got Frank in the house. Corey's in the house. What's good, Corey? Vogel. He's going to little man's practice. There you go.
Nice.
We'll be here for you, Vogel. Jesus, my eyesight's getting crazy, yo.
Old age kicking in.
Yeah, for real. It's past my bedtime. I almost fell asleep. I was just sitting there, just chilling, watching a video, and I was just like, "All right, don't do that." I just got up and started walking around the house. I'm like, I can't do that. I got something to do tonight. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. We got Michael Bradley, my guy. Gina's in the house. Let's see. I think I got everybody. Charlie, my young sir. What's going on, brother?
Nice. I like to see that.
Yeah, Charlie's
nice little setup.
Yeah, no, I think Charlie's got it. Charlie, what you got over there? I know he's at least got a pedal drive. And I think Charlie's young. How old are you two, Charlie? I forget. But Charlie's a youngster.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Him and his dad go at it. They do tournaments together. I met him down at the Knucklehead. Yeah.
That's like so for this tournament that we're gonna talk about, there was like a father and son who was in it. And I think that the son placed pretty high.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, he's gonna be a hammer when he grows up.
That's it. It's just it. That's it. You just got to get your time in.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there it is. Old Town 120.
Nice.
It's good. He's great. He's solid with that for a while, dude. Like, as long as you don't beat that down.
I wish I got into it young. I got into it 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, me too. Me too, dude. That's why I was even talking to this. I mentioned I fish at work, and this girl was like, "Oh, this one of my friends went to college for it," and I'm like, "Ugh, like
nothing up here."
Yeah, No, Penn State. I think he went to. I'm like, dang, I
Oh,
went to Penn State, and they got a fishing team now. But it's like the cool.
wow.
It's like okay later now. Like I feel like how do why am I lost for words right now? It's like this generation thing.
Hmm.
They have that opportunity. Like schools are now recognizing, like, okay, we can do this. You know,
Yeah. You see a lot more like high schools joining in too.
yeah, high schools are getting into it. You see a bunch of all the colleges down south have it, but it's
Yeah.
trick it's trickling up. It's definitely trickling up. It's pretty cool,
That'd be nice to see up here.
but yeah. But I'm pretty sure. So I think the catch to it is why
Mhm.
like me or you couldn't go to school for bass fishing is because I'm pretty sure you have to compete in like the college Bassmaster Classic. So me and you
Oh.
have the free time to just get up and go pre-fish for a week.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like we got job bills, you got kids and misses. You know,
Yeah.
hey, hey,
I do.
what? Hey,
I
like that
listen.
week,
I
like,
listened to a podcast once, and it was these two kids that were in high school, and one of their dads was the one who was driving them, like to all these tournaments, and that's the only way that school had a like a fishing team.
mm,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, so like and like they would take turns on like studying and like who was going to be the one doing the research on the lake. It was interesting like how much was going into it.
Yeah, because it's like they need like there's a lot of times where like a professional angler will like sponsor it and like sit down with the kids and be like, okay,
Yeah.
this is what we're gonna this is how you break it down. But it's like it's pretty in depth. It's
Yeah.
pretty in depth, and I feel like I made a comment too on like a page where I think I want to say it was Ben Milliken's joint, but so many of the older gentlemen will frown upon these younger generation of anglers. Number
Mhm.
one, you need the youth in anything to keep it going. So I don't understand why you're mad at that.
Yeah.
First and foremost, and then number two, it always gets brought back to forward facing sonar, and I'm just like, do you realize that these guys have been fishing for this long? They've been doing it for like 4 years straight.
Mhm.
Like that's a college career. So like every day they wake up, fish, wake up, go fish. Like
And still study.
and yeah, and then study it, and then they go learn the different type of species of bass. And
Yeah.
like I heard something about real quick side tangent. I'm gonna try to keep my spot. I heard Drew Gregory say something about the size of a bass, and he was like, "Oh, you're fishing the wrong creek because this creek has this type of spotted bass, and this other creek has this type of spotted bass because it's connected to this fishery, and those at a pound and a half grow to this length, and then these other ones that this pound and a half only grow to dinks." I was like,
Oh my gosh.
"What the?" So that's what I'm saying. Time on the water. That's what these kids are learning
Yeah.
off the rip. It's not like, oh, me and you, and like, oh, I'm 35. Here we go. Let me dive into that. Okay, I was
Yeah.
COVID. Okay, I was 30. I dove in like real hard. Like, I knew how to fish. I knew how to tie knots, but I was just throwing a spinner bait, dude. Like that's my dad told me. I wasn't situationally breaking it down. I was going
Mhm.
out, throw a spinner bait, throw a baby one minus. And that was it. That was literally it. And I was like, all right, cool. And then it's like they literally get force fed by a professional angler or a high skill angler,
Yeah.
all that information, and then have the time to go apply it instantly
Yeah, and then like they have YouTube to look at all day.
all day and then they could literally say, I'm studying.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the professor goes, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like like I said, what is that? And what's the rule? What is it? 3,000 hours or something?
Mhm.
Okay. So what's 3,000 hours divided by 4? Because I'm pretty sure that's a light if you think about it, right?
Yeah, easily.
So they got to get 750 hours. So divide that by 12. For 60, yeah, it's light. They 62 hours a month of fishing.
Wow.
So, and then divide that by 4 weeks. So it's 15 hours a week fishing. They're destroying that. They're
Yeah.
destroying that, dude. And
You
that's
do
what
half of that in a day.
that's what I'm saying. They're destroying that. So like when you break it down to the ridiculous, there's the salesman in me.
Yeah.
When you break it down to the ridiculous, they're destroying what it takes to become a master at something.
Mm-hmm.
So they literally master it. What they go to school for, you get your master's. You master it in 4 years. Well, like they're probably doubling it, because that's all they're doing. And then boom. See? Oh wait, no, I thought he said something different. But Charlie said I spend so much time listening to fishing podcasts, and YouTube probably spend way more than 15 hours a week. Yeah, more. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's like this. I remember reading about this study about soccer players. They had one group go and actually practice it. They had one group sit and read about it, and then one group sit and think about practicing. And the group that just sat there and thought about practicing was, I think they had like a 2% improvement on their skill level. So like if you just sit there, watch videos and think about it, like Charlie, imagine like how much time he's actually putting into it.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. When you're going to school for it,
Yeah.
and you're just allowed to just wake up and do it, wake up and do it, wake up and do it, wake up and do it.
Must be
And then
nice.
you're mad when a Trey McKinney comes out of nowhere. Like,
yeah.
so like he been doing it. Like everyone's like, okay, he won the college, this top college. Yeah, the kid got nice quick. That's it. But all right, enough of that. Let's get to meat and potatoes. 3 lakes. I wasn't able to participate.
You pre-fished though, right?
No, I didn't even get up there.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I never even got up there. I was gonna, but then situation. So life be lifing. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
But
It was good. What's that?
I said you got up there. You had some fun.
Yeah. I think I had 3 days of pre-fishing. I went, so it was White Lake, Lake Huntington, and Lake Superior. I got up there for White Lake with Kyle and Nico. Kyle was there at I think before daylight. So when I got on the water, I was just looking mainly for either shallow fish or fish that were just going into pre-spawn. But after an hour and a half of fishing, I wasn't catching anything. I caught a lot of pickerel, but I guess that's the name of the game up here in New York.
A little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
What lake did you hit first?
White Lake.
White Lake. Okay.
Yeah, it's the bigger out of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I met up with Kyle on the lake, and he said they're all in skinny water. He was in them all on a drop shot. So I switched up to a drop shot. I was throwing a Berkeley, I think it was the power bait bluegill. Little, I think it's like a 2-3 inch bait. And I was only caught probably 5 13 inchers. So I switched up to a jerk bait, and I caught one nice smallie. He was 17 and a half. So that was the first day of pre-fishing. And then a week later, I went to Huntington, met up with Nico there. And that lake, to me, was a dud. Oh, number one, conditions were crazy windy. I think the wind gusts were like up to 30s, 34.
That's not.
Yeah, no. So I only spent like maybe an hour or 2. Oh, awesome.
Those lakes, yes, sir.
They're they're good lakes. Like when you run into them, like you can have a pretty good day. Oh, clearly, because the day of tournament, Rich caught a 19.75 on Superior. I caught a 19 Smalley. And then Nico with his 19-inch. But
Is it a large?
Nico's I think was a largie. But it was fun. I was not going into tournament day thinking I was gonna come out with a bag that I did. I think that's my biggest bag of like fishing a live tournament. I think I ended up with like 86.5.
Yeah, that was a good bag. I saw that.
Yeah.
In the 80s early.
Yeah, I wasn't so the night before the tournament, I was gonna go and like stay up with everyone at Superior, but my wife was sick, so I stayed home. And I decided to go into Chat GPT. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
All right, so I go into Chat GPT, I put in the conditions, and like it was giving me rod setups, where to hit, like where to go first. Like it planned out my entire 8 hours for me.
Yeah, that's great.
I didn't stick to it, but like I kind of took it and like I made some tweaks. I tried to focus mainly on the north end, but because like there's a huge, I wouldn't say a huge marina, but there's like a couple of dock slips up there. And I started throwing the jerk bait. Again, hit a bunch of pickerel. I think I probably had like 4 or 5 pickerel in the first hour. I didn't land anything on top water. They were short striking it for like a good half hour, and then I switched to a popper, Berkeley Chapo actually, and I didn't get hit on that. So once 8 o'clock rolled around, Chat GPT said to focus more on like the 5 to 10 foot range, because they're they're in pre-spawn, and like sure enough they were. So I caught a lot of like the males who were like still hanging around. I think I was first hitting them on a jerk bait, caught 2 on a jerk bait, and then the rest were on a robo worm. And the only reason I was throwing a robo worm was because when I met with like Kyle and Nico, the first pre-fish, I was telling them like what I was catching them on, and he was like, "Oh, here, this is what I was catching them on all day." It was a robo worm, the purple and green pumpkin with red. I forgot the name of it. I should have brought it with me, but anyway,
sounds good.
Yeah, 6-inch robo worm, and
the magic worm.
Yeah, maybe, probably. You got one with you?
Was it this?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
that same color.
My robo.
Oh, okay.
It's just a missile bait collaboration, but
yeah, no, it was that same exact color. But the only reason I started throwing that was because I ran out of the power bait minnows.
Okay.
I actually had left them in the car. I had 2 extra in my tackle box, and I ran out. So I was like, you know what? I hate throwing the robo worm, but I'll tie it on and like see what happens. And sure enough, I like think second or third cast, I landed a 17.75.
Okay.
I was like, all right, I'm sticking to this.
That'll instill some confidence in the bait.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
I didn't drop it all day.
Kept it in your hand.
Yeah. I cut it down to like maybe 4 inches after like I kept like ripping off or like landing a pickle or something.
Too. I have those too.
Really?
Yeah.
I caught everything on it. I caught from a pumpkin seed to pickerel to perch, large, smallmouth. I gotta start getting into the more variety.
Somewhere in here, I have a whole box of straight. There you go. There's the 4-inch mini magic worm, and they're just
That looks good.
yeah, they're amazing. I used to drop. I mean, I still do. I drop shot them, but yeah, they're great. And you know what? You can use the code Smooth Plug. What is it? MSF20 over at missilebaits.com. It gets you 20% off, dude.
Oh, I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, save you some loot. But
Yeah.
so what happened with where you finished, my guy?
It was all right. So last 2 hours.
This year, I was going to say, if you didn't finish where you were at, continue there.
All right. So around 10 o'clock, I was looking for sun. Like these pockets of, or I wouldn't call them pockets. These huge cloud, like balls, would come in and they'll cover the sun for maybe a half hour. So I just tried sticking around these docks until that sun came out, because once the sun came out and I would throw like maybe 5 feet in front of a dock, that's when the big ones would hit. So really, the sun played a huge part in like my day. And then not 2 o'clock. Let's say like 1:15 ish rolled around. I landed 19. I post it, and then I go and check standings. And I saw Nico and I were like a 1/4 inch apart.
I saw that.
So, but I had messed up one of my uploads, so I called Rich and I told him I shorted myself a 1/4 inch, which I did. I uploaded a 18.5, but I put it in as a 18.25. So I knew we were tied, and I had a 14 that I had to get rid of. So I was sitting there, I was like, just please let me land at least a 15. I'll be happy with a 15.
Yeah, get an inch.
So I was fishing down this one strip on the north end. I landed a 14.75. So I was like, all right, good. I secured my spot. I checked the standings at like 150. Nico uploaded a 19 incher. So I was like, all right, he got it. It's in the bag. 2 o'clock, tournament's done. I go to the boat ramp. I was talking with one of the guys. I think it was Nick, and he was telling me that like Nico landed one, and like it probably put him in 90 inches. So I get loaded up. I get in the car, and I see that his 19 isn't there anymore. I was like, oh, that's weird. Like maybe it's just like a mess up. So I go towards that Superior, and Nico and I like we're like talking, and he was telling me like how he was stressing and I was stressing. I was thinking about like calling him and telling him, like, listen, I'm right on you, so you better keep it up. Anyway, he looks at his phone and he realized that his 19 was gone, and this was past 15 minutes of like upload time. Yeah. I think this was maybe around like 2:30. So he goes to Rich and he's like, why'd my 19 get disqualified? So Rich went and looked, and he had uploaded a 17. I think it was like a 17.5, and he put it in as a 19. So Rich and a couple of guys who were on the board, they went and discussed like what they wanted to do. Whether they were going to let him upload it, because like timestamp was there where he did take the picture at like before tournament end. It was a 19 incher. He just uploaded the wrong photo. Then once the board was done talking, they came over, and the only reason they didn't let him upload it was because which is a valid point. They go by KBF rules, and if it was a different tournament in a different state, or if it was a KBF tournament, like KBF wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah.
So if, let's say, down the line, it happens to me, and now I go to the board and I say, listen, you let it slide then, how come you can't let it slide now?
Yeah.
So
Well, it was
I give them props for that. Like that was hard decision.
can of worms.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Can't get into that.
no,
Once you
and
get
like it,
area, then it's like, oh, like you said, right away, somebody's gonna be, oh well,
and
what about
and
this?
like it will happen down
Yeah.
the line. Something will happen like that. And
No.
they were thinking about bringing me in on it, and I told Nico, like, listen, you did catch it. If it's up to me, you can, like, you take first place. But they didn't let me have a say in it, which I understand. They didn't want to put me in that position, but it is what it is. I'm happy that I came in first. Sucks that it happened that way, but I'm happy. First time winning first place.
There you go, dude. You gotta take your
Yeah,
look. You gotta take your wins when you can. You
yeah.
know. And like I said, like when we were talking about it earlier, that's a big part of our sport. And this is not like a shot at Nico at all, but you got to fish clean. And like I said, I got it from Greg Blanchard. He always says that in our sport,
Always.
kayak tournament, you got to fish clean. You got to make sure your identifiers right, your board's right, pictures is right, get them
Mhm.
uploaded in the right time and fashion and all that good stuff. And that's just like that's there are few little variables that you do got to be good at to
Mhm.
make sure that you have a clean day on top of catching fish. It's not all
So
about catching them.
I asked him. I was like, how do you go about like posting your photos? Because I know for me it gets confusing. I
Hmm.
know a bunch of guys, like, after every fish they catch, they'll take a picture of something random, like the water or the identifier. I personally do the identifier, um, and that's how I separate my fish. He said he favorites his photos, and
Yeah, he was telling me.
yeah, so like I first did that, and like once you catch your limit, and now you're looking to start culling. In my opinion, that gets confusing.
Yeah,
So, like, things can get mixed up, and I know, like, timestamps, um, they can help out, but when you're on the water and you're uploading photos, like, now that's taken away from fishing.
yeah, exactly. You want to be quick and efficient.
Yeah, like, look at, he had a buzzer beater fish at in 20 minutes left of the tournament. So imagine you're spending 20 minutes just trying to figure out what fish you're trying to upload.
Yeah, I don't even know what I do. I think I take a picture of like my foot or something like that.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah, you
Like,
got a picture to break it up because I remember the first time that I did it, and I was like, I caught 10 fish, and I was like, oh yeah, oh it's perfect, and I was like, oh, oh no, which one's a 7.5 and
yeah.
not 2.5? Like now
And then
you're looking
some of the photos are upside down, some of them are sideways.
crazy.
Yeah.
You're malnourished because you've been on the water for 8 hours.
Yeah.
You can't even see straight. You're like, what the heck is this? You feel like
And
drunk.
that morning was rough for me. I planned on, because it was like an hour drive for me. I planned on waking up at 4, or no, 3, and I wanted to leave by 4. But uh my daughter had woke up for a bottle around like 2 something. I was like, all right, I still got some time to sleep in. And next thing you know, my wife is waking me up at like 4:45, like, aren't you supposed to be out of here? I was like, yeah. So I hop in the shower. I think that was a record time shower of like maybe like 2 minutes, and I was on the road by maybe 4:55 ish, and I forgot my identifier, so I had to text Rich, who he ended up getting me the Blue Fox tin tags.
Okay.
Yeah, I now have a new nickname, Alex Rollover Delacruz, because of the incident that happened. Um, So I was lucky to have two of those. So I had to meet him, and I think I got there 2 minutes before launch, and then I had to drive to White Lake just to get ready. I got on the water at like maybe 6:08.
And then lines in was what, 6?
6, yeah,
It's not bad.
yeah. But it was just a rough start. to the day.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Honestly, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I feel like the first hour and a half is overrated.
Yeah. I mean, depending on what lake it is, because like top water bite could be could be hot sometimes.
Still, it's overrated. I feel like all the big ones are caught like 11 to close. You know,
Okay.
all the big
I, I
ones are always
I feel
caught.
like I can see that.
Yeah, all the big ones are always caught. It's like somebody's had a rough day or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, you're catching them, and then you go flipping a dock at 12 o'clock, and you with the jig, and you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like oh now you just caught 19, 20. It's like
I never thought about it like that. First hour and a half.
always that. Always everyone gets so hyped, and they're like,
Yeah.
I gotta get. It's like honestly, I'm about to just start showing up at like 6 and just launching and being like, all right, I'll get.
Taking your time.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'll be all right.
I remember that one. It was last year on Bantam. You and I were both having a rough start to the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but it's him still. I caught
Yeah.
one fish at Bantam.
I didn't catch anything. I caught
Six-
pickerel on a tube.
I put in 16 hours on Bantam, and I've only caught one fish.
Not me. I'm
And
still waiting for my bass.
where's my? Pretty sure Bantam's like 2 hours, dude. For me.
Jeez. I think it's almost 2 hours for me too. I think that's the furthest lake for me.
Yeah. So it's an hour and 46 minutes. Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, one of the kids is crying.
That's all right. There's no worries there. But yes, hour and 46 minutes away.
Wow.
Rich loves that place.
Yeah. I think he's the only one in the club.
Yeah, there's big ones in there. But
yeah, I think half the field that day didn't catch a limit or catch anything.
Like that every time we go. But
yeah.
I'm
excited for this year. I'm coming back for vengeance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going back, and I'm like, yo, I'm getting the fucking limit, yo.
It's coming for you. We got Kopik next. Kopik is an easy limit.
Yeah,
and you did great in the fall, bro.
Yeah, Kopik's nice. I got my freaking. I got him right here. This is just for Kopik too.
I feel like I know what this is.
You should know what it is. Where is it? Yep, here's one. This one hasn't. It still got the.
You got the gold one.
This is I think I don't even know. This is what they didn't have too many. I think this is like the trout or something. It's brown. It's got a pink line down it, but it's got that flash boost in there. It's hard for you to see it, but
you can kind of see it.
This is the Zoom Verno, and then I just got a couple. I got one more color? Yeah, because this is the actual one I was using last year. Jesus. Well, this is the new one I got. Ow. It's a nice. This one you can kind of see the flash boost in better.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I got to get my hands on one.
Dude. No, you don't. Not yet. Just wait until after Kopik. And then you can get whatever you want. And then this one.
That's the one. I remember.
At Kopik. This is where I caught that big one on too. I was like, honestly, that was like one of the most fun days I've had on a jerkbait, like ever.
That was my first day throwing a jerkbait.
And they were just coming to get it. But
yeah, I remember standing. I was like maybe 10 yards away from you, and would you land almost a 5-pounder?
Yeah, something like that, like 4 and some change.
Yeah.
Yeah. 19.75, I think it was, or something like that. And this one's nice too. This is another Zoom Verno. But I got like 2 and 2 now.
I'm a big Mavericks guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like my Mavericks.
I rock the 6 cents. Berkeley Stunner. And then now I got a few Mega Bass. They're just crazy to like. I only get those on deals. Like I just can't.
Yeah.
My heart to just pay that much for a jerkbait, but Zoom Verno, Mega Bass, and 6 cents, and then the Berkeley. That's about it. And I need to get the new Berkeley Stunner. The Berkeley Stunner, they made the new size too. They made the 90 something size.
Oh, what is it? The 100?
Yeah, because I think what did it say? Oh yeah, it's a 112.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Berkeley Stunner is a 112. This one's a real nice one. That Ghost Birch.
I got their 112 plus 2.
Yeah, I don't even think I have any of the deep divers in the Stunner. But I've caught really good fish on this. It's a different action. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's not as it's not as sharp and as refined as the Mega Bass. It's got like a wobble or like stopped on a dime. You know, kind of like almost looks ugly, but sometimes that's what they want.
Yeah.
This is a good question. No, but I need them. You know they got palpers with the flash boost too?
I had no idea.
Yeah, you pop it and it sits over their head and it's just like ding 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 ding.
I know they have a crankbait with a flash boost. I didn't know they had the popper.
Yeah, they got the popper. It's the World Pop. Yeah.
Oh.
They're all expensive though. They're all like $17, $20. I'm like, God dang.
I think Omnia just had a sale on the Zoom Verno.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think because they're like 19 and change, right?
I think they're $17.
Oh, okay. So it went down to like 14 on Omnia.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually really good. You should have got like 4 or 5. But I mean, it's tough. I was what's up, Tweezy? Oh boy, Tweezy's in here. I was looking at I had a really good day. Bank fishing still. I haven't really been out on the boat too much, but I had a really good day with the baby jack. And now I'm like, oh my God, do I need to get like 4 more? So I got like a color that I never had before. And then a smallmouth magic. You seen it?
No.
I think I got it. Oh, do I still have it? Let me see. Here we go. What the hell did I do with it? I had a tab that I was like.
Does it have like some kind of purple in it?
No, actually. Honestly, it's like a green pumpkin shad. But like better. Not guessing. Oh my goodness! And now I can't type. So what were you throwing? Everybody's gonna ask that question while I get this pulled up.
So I started the day off with throwing the Super Spook Junior, but what happened?
I said okay.
Yeah, I took a page out of Rich's book, but I kept getting short strikes on that, so I switched up to I think it was the Vision 110, and I'm not sure what the color is, but it's like has purple on top. I should have brought my box out with me.
Northern
Purple
Lights?
on top. Yeah, probably with the chartreuse almost underneath. So I was throwing the Northern Lights, and I kept landing pickerel, and it was pissing me off. And I couldn't, like, I couldn't land a bass, so I said, all right, whatever. Then I started throwing a jig, uh, a Beast Coast open water jig with a chigger craw on it, green pumpkin.
I love that.
Uh, yeah, I just got into the chigger craw this year. Um,
Okay.
I was I was using the Little General, but I feel like now everybody's throwing the jig with the Little General, so bass I've just been seeing that everywhere. So I figured I'd just switch it back up. And
You gotta like get out of my head,
see, look at that.
dude. It's the OW sniper right here
Yeah,
with the
Beast
50.
Coast like they make some good jigs.
This thing's deadly.
Yeah, they have I like their green pumpkin and their it's like an Omnia exclusive. I buy a lot from Omnia.
Yeah,
Um,
I like Omnia too.
but so I was throwing that. I wasn't getting bit. Then I started throwing shaky head. Um, no hits. Then I switched up to a drop shot with the power bait, and I caught like a 14-inch, then a 14 and a half. Uh, then those broke, and I said, all right, screw it, go into the robo worm. And second cast, I think it was like a 17 or a 16.5. Um, so all right, that's it. I'm done. I'm not putting this down all day. And then I thought I lost the pack. Like I thought it fell overboard in the water, and it slid like behind my seat and underneath my cooler. Um, so that took like maybe 20 minutes of my day just looking for this pack.
Fun.
Yeah.
So, question about your combos. Did you have to like clean them crazy or anything, or they were decent?
Oh my gosh. No. So I took most of my bait casters were fine. Um, I just took like a hose. I took off all the line and took a hose to them, or let them air dry. Um, maybe one or two of them had to get like a little greased, but that was it. But my one spinning reel, it's a 13 fishing spinning reel, and I cast it out and I go to reel and it was just stuck. Yeah. So I took it apart. There was no grease on it whatsoever.
Mm.
So yeah, so it was actually the day I went to pre-fish. So gladly I took some real grease with me, and I just covered it in grease. It took like maybe 2 or 3 times going out just for it to actually feel nice. It still doesn't feel that great, so I might take it apart again and re-grease it. But my rods were fine. I have the only thing that's like really affected were my baits, like with the rust from either the hooks or the
Mm.
O-rings. Yeah. So the one spook that like I generally throw, I think it's from Excite, if that's how you pronounce it. That's like it's all brown on the bottom now. Um, one of my, I think it's a XD5 or 5XD. That one's all rusted up, and like that one, I caught my first. It was my first smallmouth on Lake George. It was like a 4.8. My
Oof,
biggest smallmouth, yeah.
that's a nice one, dude. I think that's bigger than
Yeah.
mine.
And I was trolling it in like maybe 10 feet of water. I was heading back to the launch and I looked back and my rod was just bent over. Yeah. I wish I was recording at that time. That was a good fight.
That's how it always goes.
I love smallmouth fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bank fishing spot where I catch them, I just lost a couple good ones. It's actually a little
That-
hurt.
so that reminds me about the 19 that I caught. It was a 19-inch smallie.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
Listening, I'm just grabbing a drink. Go ahead.
yeah. It was a 19-inch smallie. I cast it out, and like that's when a big wind gust came in. It was probably in like maybe 3 feet of water, and I'm sitting there trying to pick out a win knot, and all of a sudden I just see my line take off. Like it started pulling drag as I'm trying to get this win knot out. So I'm reeling and reeling in. I realized it was a nice one. And at this time, like I already knew like I had to keep up with Nico. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, come on, come on, come on. There's these two guys working on the dock, watching the whole thing and like trying to like cheer me on. Um but I had like gut hooked him. So like once I gut hooked him, he was bleeding like crazy all over my board. I got like maybe 2 or 3 photos and I threw them in. I think it lasted probably no less than a minute. Because I thought this fish was gonna die, but thankfully he didn't, or it didn't. Who knows?
Yeah.
Can't gender specify nowadays.
Yeah. Gotta be nice, right?
Yeah. But yeah, no, I love smallmouth fishing.
Dude, it's the best.
Yeah.
They just jump so crazy. And it's like,
yeah, it's scary.
yeah, like you'll see in my next video, it's just like I don't think there's anything you can do. You just gotta hope you have a good hook in.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because and even then,
you got that's what I'm saying. You guys can tell me if I did something wrong when you see it, but like 3 good. Well, one of them was my fault. One of them I was playing with him a little bit too much, and like I had him at the bank, and I did one of the 1-2, the figure 8 to like tire him out, and like I probably just did one too many, and then he just like was like, oh, I'm gonna give you one last jump, and he spit it right there, and I was like, okay. The other 2, they were just like, yeah, they literally jumped and looked at me and was like, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I was just like, all right, that's how we're doing it, you know? But it was just like nothing you could do. It's crazy.
They fight so like it's fun fighting smallmouth. They don't just like go limp like largemouth do.
Yeah, every now, yeah, they'll get like to a certain point and they're like, all right, dude, you got it.
Yeah, I heard spotted bass fight pretty good.
Yeah, spotted bass I heard fight good. I haven't caught them yet.
Nah, me either. Got to go down south for that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Alabama. I went down to what is that?
For knuckleheads, right?
Gunnersville. It's crazy. I've been on that lake twice.
Are they doing that this year? Like I want to try to.
I think they just announced they're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like a slightly different format. Honestly, I think you can just go.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's just teams, and you just go. So I mean, obviously, if you want to ride down, I know me and Corey are going. I think it's towards the end of the year too. So
yeah,
pretty sure you just go.
Okay.
More about it's going to be a little tournament, but I'm pretty sure it's more about just getting down there and meeting up with everyone, hanging out and having a good time than it is so much about the actual tournament now. But it'll be fun. It's always fun. I mean, look, it's a reason to get I tell everyone, what other business do I have in Alabama?
Yeah. Nothing.
You know, it's like there's like I'm not trying to be an ass or anything, but like my crew already calls me a city slicker. We're talking about camping gear and all this stuff, and I'm like, I have a pull-up mattress and blankets. And they're like, I got 6 tents, I got 18 sleeping bags, I got one this, a portable this. I'm like, what? Like,
and it's crazy. We have some nice campgrounds by us.
Yeah. And I don't even own a sleeping bag. Like now that I'm like, okay, now that I'm getting into fishing and like, and I think about it, like, dude, you can stay at any like state park for like $50 for like the weekend.
Yeah.
And they have a little, bathroom area. Like, dude, we're going fishing. Like,
yeah, it's like I have a trip to Cayuga in a couple of weeks, and we're staying at.
To bring that up, that's crazy. You said that. Did you see the bags from this weekend?
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
it was like a crazy fight between all of them. I think the top 5 had 90 inches.
Bailey had 99.5, and he
came
third, dog.
Yeah.
Oh my!
And the video before that, I think it was on where was their charity event? Otisco?
Otisco, I think. Yeah.
And, I think he was like another quarter inch short of hitting a
Nico's
century
going
bag.
this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got his some family or something up there, and he's like on the way back. I'm just gonna swing by and stop and fish for a little bit. I was like, mother.
Damn. Yeah, but I'm excited. We're going for I think 3 or 4 days.
Damn, you're going at a good time of year because it is a little cooler up there, bro. So it's
Yeah.
like a little step behind, you know.
Yeah.
So that's
I'm
crazy.
excited. I went up there.
Record on bed.
Yeah.
Not a world record, a state record. Excuse me, state record.
Yeah. Yeah. What was it, like 13?
Yeah, and he caught it in the middle of the summer. I think it was 13-4 or something because I'm pretty sure he beat the state record before that was like 12.
Yeah.
I want to say it was 12-6. And I think he beat it by like 13. I think it was like 13-4. So it was like not even like in the questionable, oh, did he beat it? It was like, no, he beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat it. But
And then in the same year, the smallmouth was broken. I know it wasn't on Cayuga, but
no, I think it was.
no, it was I think it was St. Lawrence.
Oh no, yeah, okay. You're right.
Yeah.
It was. It used to be. Cayuga used to hold both. The St. Lawrence. That's crazy. We gotta get up there too.
Yeah. I know
I don't know with kayaks, but I know there's one spot where I want to go that I think we can do because it's the bay. So we might be able to get away with it.
In Ontario?
No, it's
Lake Ontario.
I think it's part of the St. Lawrence, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was supposed to be an official for one of the St. Lawrence. I think that was last year, but I couldn't make it.
okay. Yeah, I found it. I don't want to say I don't know. Chow Mount Bay. So the dude won a Bassmaster Classic up there. Yeah. So and I'm pretty sure he had like 30 pounds of smallmouth out of that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, out of that bet. So I was like, hello?
And that's a scare. So back to the 13 being like broken on Cayuga. That's the scary part about like going over there this year. Now it's going to be summertime. We feel like there's going to be a crazy amount of boats out there only because like now everybody's trying to search for this 13 and see what it is this year.
Yeah. That's why I said like even going into the spawn this year, there's probably so because my thing is this. The first thing I said when I saw when that fish was caught, literally the first thing I said was, "Oh my God, what if it was in the spawn?"
Yeah.
So, because I think it's 10% body weight, according to the aquatic biologist I spoke to. So that's another 2 pounds. If the fish was 13,
yeah.
so that means it's 15. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's crazy. And then, like, say, it, like, has a lot of eggs or something. That shit is a 15.
A 15 in New York? Yeah.
Crazy. Freaking goated for the rest of your life.
Imagine how old that fish is, too.
I'm saying, dude. 15, like, I'm not saying, obviously that's a stretch, but, 2 pounds on a 13.4 is, what's 10% of 13.4? 2 and some change.
2 and change.
And that's like 2.6, 2.7, right? That's what I'm saying. So that fish could potentially be 15 pounds with eggs. And that fish he released it. So
and it was healthy too.
Yeah, hopefully it was healthy. I think they held on to it for a little bit, but it was fine. Like that's
crazy.
And that's what, like you said, that's what everyone's going up there. That's what I would do in the spawn. Is I would just go up there. But I remember even Greg Blanchard, dude. He went there on his New York trip back, and he was just flipping rocks, smacking 5-pounders.
Yeah.
4s and 5s, like it was just his job. Dunk, 19-inch 4 pounder. Dunk, 20-inch 5 pounder. Dunk, 20-inch 5 pounder.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need to go do that. I just want to go
So
throw.
when we went, it was I think like 2 years ago. They were holding an MLF tournament.
Mhm.
That like when we went, like we were. Side note, we ran into what's his name, Mark Daniels.
Okay.
On the canal. He's such a like a humble guy. But anyway, we told him we weren't catching anything all trip. He said just pick up a wacky worm, you'll catch them. And then the very next day, I flipped underneath the dock a wacky worm. I was on the phone with my wife, and all of a sudden I see my line take off, and it was my first 5 pounder. Yeah, and at least I've never caught anything over 19 inches on a kayak, like put it on a board or anything. But I feel like that fish would have went at least almost 23 inches.
Where was this?
Cayuga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. I need to get up there bad, son.
You gonna try to make the invitational this year? Lake George. Lake George got some nice fish.
George has some giants. Yeah, I want to try to make the invitational. I missed. So wait, how many events do you got to fish to qualify? 5, right?
So I asked Rich that. He said it's really just what. So I think it's like your
Or is it
best
statewide point?
4 out of your 6.
4 out of 6. Okay.
Yeah,
So I have to fish at least. So then I would have to fish 4
at
minimum.
least. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the first one I came in 6th.
Still, but like think about so like we spoke about before, a couple of guys are missing Copac, and Copac you're catching a limit.
Yeah.
No matter what.
I'm feeling good about Copac. Yeah, I'm feeling good about that.
It has everything: docks, grass.
Going. There's nothing.
Yeah. I told Rich I'm picking up a spook all day.
I have these spooks, dude. I have the one bait. I won't say anything. It's the only bait that I heard Rich say, "Shut up." I was like, "What did you just say?" He was like, "Where did you get that?" And shut up. And I was like,
I feel like I know what you're talking about, and it's an older bait. Not like an older bait, but it's a bait you don't see around. Yeah.
If you know. They're
Yeah.
a little bit tougher to get, and that was the only one. He was like, "Oh, we're not going to talk about that one." I was like, "Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That makes me feel good about that."
I think I went and I ordered them the next day. I didn't get the color that like because they didn't have it.
I
But
never caught anything on mine.
what happened?
I never caught anything on mine. The one I have, never caught anything.
So I never have. But then I gave it to my boy when we were fishing on Copac, and I think he landed like 4 or 5 fish with it on just one. Yeah. But so if we're talking about the same bait, he rigged it upside down.
No, we're not talking about the same bait.
All right.
We can't. I'm not going to give it up. I won't give it up. Say nothing, but
I threw a jig all Copac.
Top water is definitely going to be fun there.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely. I want there to be a chatterbait bite. You would think with the grass, but
So I night fish there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Chatterbait bite is always on. I mean, chatterbait is usually like a good bait to go to for night fishing, but either black and blue or a white chatterbait at night over there.
Smacks.
Yeah.
I would love to get into some chatterbait fish there, but I'm gonna, jerking is always a thing.
Yeah.
I know it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay. I know that's good. I can't.
Yeah.
I want to get up there to pre-fish. When is it? The 20th?
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, I'm going. I have the schedule favored.
You gotta let me know when you pre-fish. I'll go up too.
The 7th. Damn, I just feel like it's close.
Yeah. I remember last year, all our tournaments seemed like they were every 2 weeks.
Dude, it is in 2 weeks. So it's this no, so it's 3.
3
So
weeks,
we got
yeah.
this weekend, next weekend, and then Copenhagen.
I'm gonna try to go up there either next Friday or next Saturday, and then I might stay there on the 6th.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the move is to drive up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an hour and a half for me. I kind of don't want to wake up 3 hours early.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a mad annoying to wake up super, super, super early.
Yeah,
Copenhagen.
and then for you, it's almost an extra half hour, 45 minutes, right?
Wow, Copenhagen might be the farthest lake. It's 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
What's Bantam? I feel like you mentioned it earlier.
Bantam's an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
Well, 147. They're about the same. Hour 47, and then Copenhagen is an hour 59.
No, 2 hours.
About the same.
And at the time right now where it's dead, like dead traffic.
That's it. You can just fly. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So honestly, I don't like driving in the mornings because I start falling back asleep.
Damn.
Crazy. And then I got to get to like that 20-minute mark, and then the let's go. It hits me, but I don't get it when I'm driving there, and I'm like, yo, I got an hour and a half to go.
Yeah.
Going up the highway, I'm like, yo, I'm already tired. Like I could just go back to sleep right now. And I'm like, yeah, don't do that. So that's why
an hour and a half is nothing for. I've driven to Florida, I think 2 or 3 times straight.
Nah, I'm not good at driving long distances.
It's tough. Depending on what time you leave, it could be real rough.
Hi, Rich. Feel nice over here, Rich.
I had to start watching basketball.
Rich
I used to be a Celtics fan.
Wow, that's terrible.
I'm from Massachusetts, so I have an excuse. Yeah.
Sorry, we won. We won the last one, so I'm good. The Knicks just beat the Celtics.
Yeah, but didn't Tatum sprain his ankle?
Sprained his ankle. He just he tore his Achilles.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
That was after we were already up 3-1.
Oh, and like you had a crazy lead that game too, right? Well, maybe not crazy, but like you had a lead.
Yeah, the game was already over. We were up like 13 points when he went down.
Oh.
Or maybe 11. I don't want to exaggerate. Somebody's going to yell at me. I think it was like 11 point paces in 5. You don't even believe that, Bogle. No one believes that. This game, honestly, it might be Knicks in 6. I hope we go 6 games and shut the world up again. I'm not even going to highlight it.
New York was crazy. Did you see the videos of the city?
Nuts.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, as long my thing is, I just don't want people destroying things.
Yeah.
I'm okay when you want to just, and honestly, I don't even care if you're like destroying like street signs and doing silly stuff like that. I'm literally like okay with that. When you start getting into like vandalism, breaking people's cars, jumping on top of people's cars and stuff like that, and like just elbow dropping, like Philly fans, you saw them just jumping on things and just poof, elbow dropping. I'm like, no, that's
Didn't
not.
they grease up the sign, the poles?
Stupid stuff like that. I'm like people got to go to work in the morning, and not everyone's an Eagles fan. Like I know, and I feel like that's the crazy part that everyone doesn't realize. Like that's not even a lot of people. Not a lot of people at all. That's like nobody. That's like a regular event. That's a regular event outing. You just got how it's just happened to be televised. That's like a regular club let out in New York. The whole block shut down. You're like, damn, where's my car, bro? This is crazy. There's mad people. Why do all those people get in that one small ass building Oh god, it's regular New York for you.
Yeah.
Man, so you got your first win.
Yeah.
Dude, how's it feel, man?
That's great. I remember driving home. I called my wife. I was like, she asked me, so how'd you do? I was like, damn, came in first. She was like, damn. She bought a cake. She bought me beer. My kids sang a congratulations song. It was
Nice.
cool. Yeah.
There you go. That makes you good. It's gotta make you feel good.
Yeah.
Man, I got
It
your
was
back.
nice. But now it makes me hungry. Like now I want to go to the next tournament. So I just want to
Yep.
keep it up.
Yep. You gotta ride the momentum, dude. I
Yeah.
gotta get. Like I said, I'm coming. I'm coming for mine. I got some. I got a little juice coming in. Coming, I think might help me out. I'm
Yeah.
excited to take it out. Yeah, got a little something different coming.
Okay.
But I know that honestly, I don't think the only person that would potentially have it is Bordeaux because I think didn't he just get forward facing?
I think Way
Or
got
that was Ralph.
forward face. Yeah.
Way. Okay, so Ralph Way got it. Yeah, freaking. He's the only person I think might have it because it's kind of it's based off of forward facing sonar bait, but you can use it
Hmm.
without, and it kind of does the whole shake, rattle, and roll thing.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Oh, I threw a scrounge. So a shake, or rattle and roll. I threw a scrounger head
Okay.
during the tournament. Um, if anybody has tips, please let me know because I feel like I was doing it wrong. I saw videos of like the bait rolling and shaking, but when I threw it, it just swam.
So I think the number one thing that I got to do,
Hmm.
got to go heavier than you think. What side?
On the bait or on the weight?
On the weight? What weight?
Okay. It was I want to say it was a 1/8 ounce.
Yeah, no, you got to go heavier than that.
Okay.
Wait, on a scrout or like a wobble head?
It's like a jig head with like a plastic.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of something else. I thought you were talking about a wobble head. I was like, a wobble
Mm-mm.
head.
Oh, well, I haven't thrown a wobble head.
Yeah, a wobble head. You got. I realized that because I bought a bunch of 3/8s
Mm,
and I couldn't keep it down. Like it was still swimming right, but it's like you want it to be tick 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 tick,
yeah.
all throughout the bottom. But I thought my bad. Scrounger head. I've never thrown a scrounger.
Yeah, it's supposed to like it looks like it's bouncing, in my opinion. It's like a plastic chatterbait on a jig head.
Yeah, yeah. I've
Uh,
seen them, but I've never thrown one before. Never. I just, I don't know. I feel like just throw a downsized chatterbait. Especially now, they got them.
the don't they have like the baby jackhammer or the baby Evo?
I got them all.
Oh damn.
I'm not- see what we got. They got the baby jack.
Hmm. That's a nice collar too.
And,
That'd be good on Copic.
yeah, this bluegill,
Yeah.
and then this.
Yeah.
Where's my favorite color in this one? This. I don't know. It's like a watermelon green pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
This camera's not too great, but I didn't do a
No, you
video
can see it.
on the Evos yet. But I haven't caught a fish on the Evo yet, the Evo Mini Max. I only caught a fish on the Baby Jack. I think I lose my no, I lost a tungsten Evo.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I hate losing tungsten.
Before though, right here, which is crazy. I think I have another one in my box because these I got Tackle Warehouse had these on sale
Mm-hmm.
for like $10. So I grabbed a couple of these weeks ago. But, yeah.
You've seen their Jordan Lee sale
Yeah,
going on?
I haven't got. I didn't do it yet. I looked like 3 times. I keep like,
Yeah, yeah.
because it's
I
just
want to pull the trigger, but I don't know if I can.
yeah. And so like I'm not like talking down on them.
Hmm.
Interesting that they did that because I listened to Tackle Talk podcast and he
Hmm.
literally just did episode on the $100 price point 7 foot medium heavy or 7 foot two medium heavy. And he
Hmm.
said that Jordan Lee was like one of the worst ones. And he was like, the
Oh wow.
grips, he was like, when the grips get wet, it's terrible. And he was like, we're fishing. They almost
Yeah.
always get wet. And I was like, damn. So I was like, he was like, yeah, so they're almost always terrible. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
watched his I
what?
watched one of his videos, and he was saying how like it was just a random thing that they just decided to basically stop the production of his rods.
Yeah. And then that's when I was just like, I honestly, but at the same time, I sent that link. One of my friends hit me up and was like, oh, what's some good rod and reels to start? And I was like, oh, click.
Yeah, it's
Send.
not bad.
If you're starting off with that, you're way further than I was starting off with. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's not like I would like it's not garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll work. You can catch fish. It's not gonna like lose you fish. Like, it's not gonna be like it's not gonna hinder you from catching fish.
Mm-hmm.
Say that. Is it gonna be the absolute best for everything? No. But if you need to get started, because then in my head I was thinking I was like for a starter, so you can
Mm-hmm.
get 3 bait casters, 3 spinning reels,
Yeah. All for two. If you do this rods and the reels, that's a little over $200 for
right?
3 setups.
Yeah. And then if you go like, I guess if you go like crazy, so then for how much? So it's $200. How much? What is it? $100 for 3.
Yeah.
So you can go $400 and have 3 spinning reels and 3 bait casters.
Mm-hmm.
You would not need to buy another rod for 2 years until
Yeah.
you want to start getting like technique specific.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on I don't. I think now where they're at, I think the medium heavies are gone. So I think it's only medium. I checked the bait casters today, and it was only the medium and then the heavy.
Uh.
At this exact moment, you might need to go get a few other rods, but when it first started, you could definitely get away with getting a medium heavy, a heavy,
Mm-hmm.
and then go get 2 medium lights and a medium heavy or medium on the spinning rod side, and you'd be golden.
Yeah, I was looking at their medium heavies for casting, but I think it was like only their 6 or 7, like a 7.9 or 11 rod or something like that. But
Yeah.
that's too much for me. At least personally for me on the kayak, that's just too long.
Oh, I just realized I never showed you this color. Share screen, window, Chrome tabs. There it is. That's my new favorite color.
Ooh,
Shh. That's my new
that's
favorite.
a nice color.
Yeah, and they have it in the jackhammer now as well. I love the blade.
Yeah, I like the painted blades.
Yeah,
Clearly, it's a hit.
yeah. They did a good job with this one. Smallmouth Magic. Little green pumpkin. I mean, it's very similar to like Matt Allen is always, yeah, very similar. He's always
Yeah.
screaming about green pumpkin shad. He's like, if I had to have one, it'd be a green pumpkin shad jackhammer. You know? So
I love my white jackhammers or
I
just the chatterbait in general.
I don't throw the white. I
Yeah,
don't throw just the straight white. I don't think I have one in my box.
I
Yeah, I don't. I think it's a white and chartreuse.
I throw a white and maybe a black and blue, but for the trailer on the white, I use a freeloader. It's green shad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Any whites? No. I have a white and chartreuse, but I don't have straight white. I just don't use. I don't know why.
I've never been bit on a white and chartreuse.
No.
Mm-mm. I've been bit on a green pumpkin, black and blue, and a
So
white.
maybe that's my problem. I have so many different colors. Like this is
All right, so this might be like a deep dive topic.
okay.
And sorry, but what's your opinion on colors? Because I've heard people say all you need is green pumpkin or black and blue,
Yeah.
and then I hear people say, "Oh yeah, but they're biting purple today. They're biting neon like a chartreuse with blue tips."
Nope, I don't have all white. But yeah, I mean, uh, I don't. I don't know because you see all these guys and they go and win. Like Lee Legacy just won a Bassmaster Classic or some shit. Where he placed high in it on
Mm,
on pink. He was throwing the Morning Dawn
mm-hmm.
with a pink flush on the back, a 6 cents flush in pink, and he was killing them. So now everybody's going out. If you go to any website and you go look at the Morning Dawn, sold out.
Mm-hmm.
Every single race sold out.
I
So
was never a believer in Morning Dawn until that until that Rebel Run.
I to answer the question, I think color. I think if I had to go like in order of like 1 through 5, like what matters in terms of like getting the bite, I
Mm-hmm.
think like presentation, action, and then color.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything.
Presentation's huge. Yeah.
You know, like
Scent. I guess scent could be another.
I feel like like scent could be one in there too, especially on like a moving bait.
Mm-hmm.
On moving baits, I feel like it's like minimal. I think they're just reacting to the profile and action.
Yeah.
Because especially this time of year, they're following it, and then you like make it. Like in my last video, you see me like I was speed running a chatterbait, and then I slow it down,
Mm-hmm.
and then I speed run it, and then if you go to slow it down again, and like it's like he was following it, you sped it up, and then they were like, "Whoa, where are you going?" And you slowed it down again, and they were like, "Okay, I have no choice."
Yeah.
It's in my face. It's literally slowing down into me. Like, okay, and it makes them react. Like, I just like to me, is there going to be times where different colors? Yes, I'm not throwing it out, but I still think that like, especially now, it's like I just showed green pumpkin shad over smallmouth magic. That's just me.
Okay.
That's just me. Like I think the same fish that would bite green pumpkin shad is going to bite smallmouth magic.
Yeah.
You know, like those are two, like, this, and I do it all the time. Like I just pulled out literally, I don't think out of all the jackhammers I have, I think the only duplicate colors I have on the ready. Let me see if are the blackjack. I think that's it. Like another, like 2 of each. Like I think I only have duplicates of the blackjack, and that's only because a subscriber sent me one.
Okay.
So, like the mini max, now I'm starting to dial back my colors.
Mm-hmm.
Like recently I've been trying to like, okay, chill, 2, 3 colors. Let's not go crazy. Let's try to get dialed for tournaments. So like when I pick up a bait, I know confidence, 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 confidence. I'm not trying something new.
So were you like the guy who would bring every color in the box or every bait that like you own?
Boxes now,
Yeah.
yeah, like it's ridiculous. Like I think I have like 7 or 8 different jackhammer colors, probably more. It's like ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. I think every single one is a different color. This is sprayed. This is the purple.
Oh, sprayed lettuce.
It hasn't even been thrown yet. As
That's nice.
I got the blackjack. I got straight green pumpkin. I got this is an Evo, bluegill Evo. I got ghost baby bluegill. I got an Evo in the green pumpkin chartreuse. Um, there's the breath bluegill, fire craw Evo, black and
Have,
another
ha-
loose green pumpkin, and I think this is the tungsten and Alabama craw.
do you
Yeah,
throw the fire prod during the spring?
I like honestly. I like throwing the reds and the oranges all year round, especially one like this with the green pumpkin and. But this
Hmm.
blade is it's wild for me. Like
Yeah, I have the same one.
Pat loves this one. This is Pat's like go to. Pat bought like went and bought like 20 of these.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he just that's his confidence. He throws it all year round, and that's why I know it works. Is because I'll literally be fishing next to Pat, and I'll be like, Pat, what'd you catch it on? He's like, come on, dude. I'm like, you're still throwing that fire? He's like, dude, it's like the only one I throw. I'm like, and they say that and people will be like, oh, after June, take it off, never throw it again. I'm like, all right, Pat's throwing it, and I'm watching him catch tanks.
That's like you might like this. I was in a boat club and my first tournament with them, I was paired with a guy who only threw spinner baits.
Yeah,
And it was the KVD with the that came with the trailer hook on it.
I
He
have one.
had he
Jesus.
had around 60 rods in his boat,
Hmm.
and each one of them had the exact same bait on him on like a spinning rod. And sure enough, he was catching them all on a spinner bait. And like I know you can catch like bass year round on a spinner bait. I have yet to do that, but
Really?
still,
Dude, that's
uh,
one of my biggest confidence baits ever.
I can pick it up for an hour and a half, won't get bit.
So
I'm
that's probably
burning it over
class.
grass. I'm putting it through laydowns. Nope. Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing. Double willow?
Double willow,
Wow.
all white. I'll even switch it up with one gold willow, one silver,
That's
both
crazy.
silver.
Like her.
Yeah. I'm throwing a war eagle one.
I mean, I've gotten away from them, but I like the Sixth Sense one.
Hmm.
Battle Baits makes a really, really, really good spinner bait. That's the one I was throwing last. Um, Berkeley makes a good one too.
Yeah,
So
I like the colors that they have.
yeah, and they have the painted blade. Do I have it? They have a painted blade that is like a little baby Colorado,
Hmm.
but it's green pumpkin. I think it might be in here, dude.
I have to get one of those bags.
Yeah, they're real nice. For certain things, for like that's where I put my spinner baits in. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, I have such a problem with my spinner baits." I'm like, "No,
Yeah, I have my spinner baits and my jigs in one right now. I used to try and throw what was the Guggen what is it, the thumper or the bumper, where
oh,
it's like,
was it their chatterbait?"
no, it's their spinner bait, but I think
Oh,
it's like two Colorado blades.
oh yeah, that thing's crazy. You got to slow roll the hell out of it. There it is. Yeah, I don't. Honestly, the Colorado blades they have like too much drag. I don't have that much patience to sit there and and you're like,
Yeah,
it's like you're freaking cranking thing so crazily.
and I've thrown the spinner bait on almost every lake that I fished on, and nothing.
I can't find it.
I know you praise it.
I love it. So just get this right here. This is it. This is all you need right here. Bone truce. Actually, I don't even know if this is bone truce. No, this isn't bone truce, but this will work. I think this is chartreuse flash. Either way, bone
What is that,
truce
Berkeley?
flash. No, this is a Sixth Sense.
Oh,
And
okay.
the thing I like about this the most, and I'm not just because it's Sixth Sense, One, wire keeper. Two,
Ooh.
it's a gaff. You see how long this hook is?
Yeah.
So almost every time you hook them, it's gonna be like middle of the cheek.
Yeah.
So they're stuck. It's not you're not catching them like the War Eagle. I love War Eagles. I think I have some in this bag. Yep.
I think it's like a 2 hook, isn't it?
Yeah, the hooks. It's like you got so almost everything about this is about the same size. The head's a little smaller. So I think this is a 3/8 as opposed to it. But like, dude.
I think those are more finesse. Yeah.
But still, I'm like, that's my thumb.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm a big dude. That's my thumb though. Literally. Like.
Yeah, I have trailer hooks on mine. Yeah.
It's like this gives the fish like they get it in their mouth and then they get hooked down here as opposed to getting hooked up here and then they're gonna shake and blah blah blah. Like no, they don't throw this ever, 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 ever. I don't think I've almost never. And then Berkeley has the same thing, the longer gaff.
Mm-hmm.
I almost never lose fish on the Berkeley and the 6 Sense one. Other spinner baits, I find them. They come up and they shake and they toss it. Like I think. Oh dang! I didn't realize that. I was gonna say to my last fish that I lost. I'm gonna check right now. Actually, was on this battle bait spinner bait. And we're gonna see which hook's longer, and I probably know the answer to that. But the color schemes on this is like his ghost gizzard or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're close. The 6 Sense hook is a little bit longer.
How big is the gap?
I don't know. I don't even know.
The 6 Sense looks a little bit wider.
They look about the same. The 6 Sense. It's a stout hook. They look about the same though in terms of like thickness.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Like I said, I just had a good smallie. Toss this early, but I don't know.
I feel like I just have to pick it up and wait till I catch something.
Yeah, that's it. It's one of those things where like once you twilight fish, it's like one of the most addicting catches ever.
That's what happened to me with jerkbait fishing.
Yeah, it's like literally the same thing. It's like a night and day thing because you'll be bringing it, and like the way I like to fish it the most is to the point where it's like right under where I can't see it, so you can only see the blades, like you just see the flash, and then you'll literally just see the flash, and your flash goes away, and you just see like the white, and you're just like, oh. You set the hook and there they go.
Yeah, so for 3 lakes, I found some grass and I was burning it right over the grass and nothing.
No, that's crazy.
Nope.
So honestly, I think I'm more like a target fisherman with my spinner bait, like down docks, wood.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like an open water spinner bait fisherman. Like I've never really like attacked like a grass flat with it, even though I probably should have. But mine most of the time is like, oh, there's a lay down. Let me bring it over that. You know, something. Oh, there's some rocks. Let me see if there's something on the backside of those rocks, and you throw it at the rock and bring it past, and boom.
Yeah.
You know? Like more like ambush points, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah, I love me a spinnerbait, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those ones that I just don't have confidence in.
So what's your moving bait of choice then?
Chatterbait. Yeah, definitely a chatterbait. I love feeling the bait. So like jigs, I love that I can feel the bottom. Even with the drop shot. So I noticed it this past weekend. I was throwing lead rather than tungsten, only because like I was getting a better price for it. But with the lead, I can't feel the bottom as well as I do with the tungsten. Um, but again, with the chatterbait, I can feel the vibration, and with the spinnerbait, I just feel like I'm just dragging it.
Yeah, I can hear you. I feel you on that.
No. Crankbaits too. I mean, I've only thrown a crankbait maybe like 2 or 3 times. I remember throwing a crank when I first got into fishing. I grabbed my wife's. It was a white and pink Zebco, and I threw a Guggen like square bill on it.
Hmm.
Um, and I was like killing it on a chartreuse blackback. Um, but that was the only time I ever threw a crankbait. Plus trolling that one on Lake George. But yeah, I try to keep it simple. Drop shot, jerk bait, jig, and a chatterbait. Maybe. I used to love buzz baits,
That's it.
but
I feel like that's what you got to do is you got to master 4 or 5 techniques that work for you.
yeah.
And
I mean, and then you got your like your wacky rig and your Nico, but
dude, honestly, so what I'm thinking about is I'm like, honestly, it's like with the YouTube channel, it makes it a whole nother level because it's
mhm,
like, do I just tell my people, hey guys, I'm gonna fish the same baits for like a year and a half straight. Sorry. Like I'll get new baits like the baby jack, like like baits that I think are gonna be key staples. But in terms of like you seeing me go to get new colors, new baits and all that stuff, I was just stop. I think like that's like a weird thing as a
mhm,
YouTuber. Maybe I could do that. And then it's like because I it's like a balance. It's like what do I want more? Do I want tournament success? Or
mhm,
do I want to be like a YouTuber? Because I feel like people, but at the same time, I guess each one will come because if I get successful in tournaments, I feel like I'll gain more subscribers.
yeah,
So it's like it's weird, but I feel like people will less watch me less fun fishing because when I fun fish, I'll be just because like that's my thing. Like I could throw a shaky head, chatterbait, spinnerbait, and like a jig and just go out every single time and have my confidence at an all time high. And a drop
mhm.
shot, be like, okay, well, you know,
It's boring.
but yeah, exactly. It's boring.
No, to sit there and watch it, but like when you're actually doing it, it's different.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's a prime
Yeah.
example. There's Nico. You know, he throws 5 lures. And that's where like I know people like Tweezy, another guy who's had great success down in Indiana. My boy, I talk to him all the time. He throws like 5 or 6 lures, and the crazy part of him is like 4 of them are he's throwing pretty much all year, and then 2 of them are going to open up. It's like the frog and the top
Mhm.
water open up when it gets warm enough. So it's like he's literally only throwing like he's throwing like he'll tell you like he's throwing a wacky rig, he's throwing a frit side, he's probably throwing a chatterbait, and that's pretty much like all he's throwing. And then he'll throw it like I said when it gets warm he'll throw the frog. I know he's getting into the big baits, but that's what I'm saying. The guy's not throwing, and he's got multiple AOIs. He's got an AOI in Indiana, and what's right next to Indiana? My geography is terrible.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't
He
even
lives,
ask me.
he lives on a state line where he gets both, where you can fish 2 states.
Okay.
He got an AOI in both states, multiple first place. He just got first place last month for the KBF joint. He does the month KBF
Wow.
place. The dude's killing it. I think he just got over 100 inches for the month. Killing it. And the dude fishes like I'm telling you. If I say 7 baits, like I'm not,
Mhm.
I'm talking about consistently what he fishes. He'll tell
Yeah.
you. He'll tell you he only fishes like 6 or 7 baits. And that's why I'm like, same thing. I feel like Rich. We all praise Rich, because he's good.
Mhm.
We want to beat him. You want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yeah.
I think the guy throws like 5 lures. Like he changes a little bit through season. Like he might change his colors, but
Mhm.
from here on out, we know what Rich is throwing, and he'll tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, like I feel like his staple is top water spook. Nico, jerkbait.
Yep.
Jerkbait or a drop shot. And then I don't know, you got I think Lewis throws a I was told he throws a drop shot all day.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you can master a couple baits and know when and where to throw it, you should be pretty good.
Yeah. I think that's my problem too. Is I'm a little spread out a lot, and now I'm about to.
Yeah.
The season was my. This is my goal was to just hone that in and
But
stop.
it's like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like you want to make your subscribers happy, but you also want to be successful in fishing.
Yeah. Yep. It's such a
But if I
fun
mean,
mode.
I'm sure your subscribers will rock with you, so
Oh
they'll be
yeah.
happy with whatever you do.
Like I said, I feel like if I win, that'll be that'll be a big W for us, the gang, the maniacs. I need that.
It's coming.
It's
You'll
coming.
get it.
Honestly, I got a good feeling about Copic. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm going out.
Listen, I went into 3 lakes. I remember because every night or every time I have a tournament or I go fishing, I tell both or all my kids, I'm going. I'm going fishing. Just be good for mommy. And then my
Yeah.
son goes, "Oh, you're going fishing with your friends?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go give them all my money." And like to just go and win it, man, that felt so good.
Yep. That's what's up, dude. Like I said, I'm gonna get mine. I got a couple
Yeah,
of I've been working on. Like I'm really getting some confidence in the shaky worm. Really, really getting some confidence in that. Ooh, excuse me. Got a couple in there, but yeah, shaky worm. Um, that chatterbait has been working for me well this year with that speed up, slow down, retrieve.
hmm
And I did it on 2 different lakes now, and I watched it like the water was clear enough that I could see, and I could like there was one point where I was burning it down the bank, and I was
hmm
watching the bait, and I as soon as I slowed it down, I watched it get hit, and I was like, "Damn, that's cool." Like I'm,
even if you kill it, if you
yeah,
kill it for like a second or two and let it drop, and speed
yeah.
it back up.
So you know what happened to me for the first time too? I got bit on the chatterbait on the fall.
Oh,
Never happened to me before because the water was so clear. I pitched it next to there's like some pipes that come into the water, and I
hmm
pitched it next to the pipe and I let it fall. And I literally like, you know how you have a oh wow moment and that your brain literally says oh wow, and it's like no,
yeah,
said I just oh wow, oh shit,
yeah.
I missed the fish because I literally I the bait hit the water and I watched it go down and I watched the fish go down with it and hit it and
Yeah,
then took off and I went oh wow that was
it's
oh
those
my
subtle things, those
yeah
subtle changes, because
so
they're probably so used to just seeing it burn right past them.
yeah that when it just fell right
Yep.
next to me what the hell is that yeah all right my brother dang I didn't even realize I got you over here for almost an hour 40
Ah, that's good.
oh,
Talking
oh,
fishing is fun.
hell yeah brother I
Yeah.
guess we'll end it up here get my butt in the bed too because I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. So gotta be
Well, you have fun with that.
yeah. You'll be
But
chilling with the
thank
kiddos, right?
you. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
always fun.
Oh yeah, man. Congratulations again on the win. I
Thank
hope
you.
you don't win the next one because I'll be there. So
I'll be chasing it. Don't
we'll
worry.
be we'll
It'll
be
be me,
out
you, and Nico.
right. So like no, Nico's not coming.
Oh, that's right.
Nico's
Damn, it's
not
me and you.
yeah. So who's I mean, obviously I imagine Kyle will be there.
Yeah,
Um,
probably Ralph because I think it's close to. Oh,
where's
I'm not sure about Ralph.
wow. Well, I'm
I feel like the field is just getting smaller and smaller. Like last year, we had almost 20 people on the lake.
I know a couple guys went different ways.
Yeah.
A couple guys went different ways. So look, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince bucktail fishing my boy Corey to come up for an event.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, it's a long drive, but if he came up, that'd be cool. Kopake would probably be one of the ones where it'd be worth it.
Yeah.
Bug him. You got 3 weeks, Corey. Come on. That'd be pretty funny. But
if you're okay with me mentioning there was a company who sent me something, but I feel like what they stand for is like worth mentioning if you're all right with that.
Oh, of course, dude. Of course.
So it's called Suck It Fishing or Suck It Baits. I guess they heard about what happened, and they sent me all their jigs and all their trailers. But last night I read up on them, and when you hear about a pro staff, you think about like either you or like a professional fisherman joining and supporting their brand.
Mm-hmm.
What they do is it's kid pro staff, and like a child goes in with the permission from their parents, they go apply, and what they have to do is they have to keep good grades. They have to do I think like 30 minutes of community service or like something positive for the community, post about the brand, and one other thing. But I just thought like it was great for when we were talking about like Charlie starting at that age and then having your like a brand like to back you like that, and then be so into like good grades and like in your community and being positive about it. I feel like it was just worth mentioning, and maybe parents out there who have kids or like dads who like fish with their sons, maybe like they can get them into that.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's a dope concept. I like that, especially the whole keep them right in school.
Yeah.
And you guys can then we'll take care of you guys, because at the end of the day, that's the way life works.
Yeah. Well,
all right, my brother. One more time with the name. Suck it.
Suck a beat. Yeah, it's the way it sounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a look. Definitely.
Yeah, I'll send it over to you.
All right, my brother.
All right. Again, thank you.
Yeah, of course, Alex. Always good to have you, my brother. Thanks for taking some time. I know you got a lot going on over there, and always appreciate you hanging out with me. We'll try to get up to Kopake together. I'll throw you a spinner while we're up there, and hopefully they're hitting it.
All right.
All right, Fishing Maniacs. We'll catch you guys next week. I think we're getting an old friend to come back around, so stay tuned for that one. Deuces. Y'all be good.
Take care.